students, today we're going to talk about the devil. The devil's name is Gordon Ramsay.
Welcome to the Vegan Teacher Files. If you've ever wanted to watch and hear about somebody that will make you very, very angry, not because of the message, but because of how they spread the message, this is the woman for you. You've probably heard of her, or at least seen her on TikTok or social media before her TikTok account got nuked, for some not so nice things and ways in which she would spread the message of, which is going to be the subject of today's video, veganism. I think people, no matter what you believe individually, there are extremists on either side of whatever belief that somebody holds. And when one becomes a militant individual towards whatever ideology they withhold, chances are radicalized thinking is only going to disrupt and push people away from what could potentially be a good change or a good cause, because it's always the rotten bad apples that always seem to have the loudest voice. But before we begin any further, special thanks to the sponsor of the channel today. You've heard of them before, Raid Shadow Legends. Death Knight, let me be really clear. I know it's Halloween at the end of the month, but I'm still not interested in picking you as a champion. So, can you go, please? Thank you. Use my links below to download Raid for yourself on your mobile phone or PC and jump into the world of an MMORPG that has an endless amount of content for your gaming entertainment. I'm talking dungeons, dungeon bosses. My top 5 champions of Raid is the Gladiator, who I've been using super frequently, then the Marked, the Barbarian. She's extremely powerful and brutal with her sword and axe, and then Grappler, who barely fits the screen because he's so big. Then of course we have the Mountain King, which is a strong dwarf with his battle axe, and of course the sneaky Dark Elf Assassin. This is the month of Halloween, and they got some great goodies. There's a non-stop schedule of special events and activities, including an absolute jam-packed Halloween lineup towards the end of the month. There's tournaments against other players, special fragment events, and some brand new legendary champions. The month of Halloween, Raid is bigger, busier, and better than ever. All my links are linked down below in the description, and if you sign up today, hit that link in the description or scan my QR code, and you're gonna get one epic hero, Charonu, 200,000 silver, 1 XP boost, 1 energy refill, and 1 ancient shard, so you can summon an awesome champion as soon as you get in the game. All of the treasure will be waiting for you right here. Support the channel and click the links down below.
Why is Gordon Ramsay an animal bully when instead of eating meat, he could just eat protein-packed veggies? Why does Gordon Ramsay choose to pay for blood and murder when he can just switch over to vegan mayo and a vegan burger? Animals so much? Why does he slice them with a knife instead of offering a life-saving touch? Why does Gordon Ramsay think that kidnapping for cheese is okay? Because that's what the dairy industry does to baby boy cows every day. Why does Gordon Ramsay make fun of animal defenders? Why does he think it's okay to send his baby boy chicks to the egg industry? Because people like him seem to think it's somehow fun. You're ending misery. You help us lead the way. Why promote so much suffering to so many youths? Why not be as brave as the others who changed when they learned the truth? Save the animals, save them now. Save every innocent lamb, every chicken, turkey, pig, and...
Stop! There are ways to spread a message without making something so abysmally terrible by attacking one of the top chefs in the entire world. But if you want to get a message across, there is a right and wrong way to do it. And well, the Vegan Teacher is the epitome of exactly that. She has a channel of over 125,000 subscribers. However, if you go to her content and sift through her entire channel, you're going to find that the majority of every single one of her videos, like this more recent one, the Why Are You a Vegan Phobic Animal Bully at Gordon Ramsay, has over 83,000 dislikes. It is a extreme level of distaste that people have towards this woman. I want to be really upfront. I am not against people being vegan, vegetarian. It's not my business. You know, it's your body, your choice. If you want to not eat animal products, that is fine by me. I just think that there's a lot better methodology to go about to communicate, you know, not eating animal products. It doesn't come across as militant or dogmatic. Shoving one's ideology in somebody's face constantly is just not an effective means to spread, I think, a great cause of veganism. Going around pointing a finger at people's face, getting and screaming at them, calling them names, and in this particular case, even going as far as the vegan teacher did to attack the LGBTQ community by saying that coming out is selfish. Yeah, her TikTok is a very, very fun place.
You're absolutely wrong. Coming out as a vegan animal rights activist, as somebody who cares beyond themselves, is much more special than it is to come out as a member of the LGBTQ community. Coming out as a member of the LGBTQ community is an entirely selfish act. It's talking about you only. It's not talking about the things that you're going to do to better the world. Coming out as an animal rights activist is talking about the animals, others, not just you. In fact, it is a completely unselfish thing to do. Yes, I'm not saying it's easy in different societies, different religious backgrounds, but if you're in a religion that treats you badly, then just change religions. We've been over this before. But look at my comment section. Think of how terribly vegan animal rights activists are treated. Not just me, all of them. Do better. Be kind to those who are being kind. Be vegan.
This is absolutely crazy to me. The thought process behind such statements, comparing animal activism to that as coming out on your sexuality. And while some people may or may not agree that coming out is brave or special or whatever, I'm here today to tell you that there is still a very large stigma and there's still a lot of oppression and judgment and condemnation that is put on people who come out as bisexual, gay, trans. The fact that you say that, coming out about one's, identity or sexuality is selfish because of the animals go through or whatever, what have you, whatever stupid argument that you're trying to make here, which is just asinine. There are still states that practice electrocution on people. I don't know if you're aware of this. There's still schools designed to school the gay out of you. While some religions have somewhat progressed forward with allowing, parts of the LGBTQ and being a lot more inclusive, there is also a lot of churches that even to this very day do not. And children and young teens or young adults are still outcasted and condemned and ostracized from their families simply for coming out about their sexuality. To claim that it's selfish to do so is one of the most ignorant, naive, horrible things that you can say to people. I don't even understand, I genuinely don't understand the correlation between animal activism and veganism and somebody coming out. To even make that comparison is just really juvenile and really goes to show that the vegan teacher, in my personal opinion, is somebody who will say and do anything to garner a reaction, which is what she's doing here and what she's done on YouTube with many, 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 many other creators. Even right now, she's attacking SSSS Sniper Wolf, claiming that her dogs need to be vegan. She goes around on other people quite frequently on her channel saying that their dogs need to be vegan, that you need to give your dog a vegan diet. Not all animals are the same. Just FYI, I don't know if you're aware of that. Certain dogs can't eat vegan diets. It's not healthy for animals. And one of the things, this is a genuine, if you're a vegan, I have a genuine question. So a lot of vegan stuff, products, foods, non-animal products, a lot of them contain soy and nuts. And when it comes to veganism, somebody who is allergic to, let's say, soy and nuts, okay? People having two different allergies, that's a real thing. But let's say like you're deathly ill of nuts. How then are you gonna consume and get protein in your body? Because believe it or not, your body needs protein, right? Okay, your body needs protein. I'm not a medical professional, but I know for a fact your body needs protein, and you can get protein from vegan products, absolutely. But what if your body is allergic to one of the main ingredients of the majority of vegan products, which is nuts? What do you do then? How do you solve a problem of needing protein where your body may not be suitable to ingest certain products that you may have allergic reactions to or be deathly ill to? This idea, this is how I view it, this black and white extremism, this militanism, that you have to be vegan, and if you're not vegan, you cannot and you will never care about animals, is just simply just not true. I love my cat, I love my dog, but in another part of the world, they consume these pets. That doesn't make it okay, trust me. I'm all against people eating cats and dogs. But there's a lot of arguments to be made about the domestication and non-domestication of animals. But I want to say this for the record, is that if I have the chance to try a product that is non-animal related, that doesn't use animal products, I will absolutely jump at the opportunity to try it. In fact, in my refrigerator right now, I have oat milk, Oatly. I think it's the brand Oatly. I have Oatly ice cream. It's actually, Oatly ice cream is amazing, and that's vegan. There are some really good vegan products out there, but it really isn't always financially viable or even protein viable for people who have severe allergies or are allergic to a lot of different things. In no way am I saying don't go vegan, because again, if you want to go vegan, that's your personal choice. I will support you as long as you're not hurting anybody personally. I don't really care what you do, what you ingest, If you skim around on the Vegan Teacher's channel, you're going to find that she uses the term vegan phobic a lot in her video titles. And I'm going to just say it clear out. I'm not vegan phobic, and I think this is a horrendous term to use because the majority of people are not afraid of veganism. I know that I'm not. If I go to a restaurant, I've actually been to a couple of vegan restaurants, but if I go to a restaurant a lot and they have vegan options, at some point I'm gonna try that because I love to see what options are out there to not consume animal products. If I have the chance to do so, I definitely will. But it's not a way that I want to live my life, and it's not really anybody's business if I consume animal products on a day-to-day basis or not. I do know that for the most part, I've cut out a lot of pork. I rarely eat pork, and I rarely eat steak and meat anymore outside of chicken. Chicken and fish are like my two main things that I eat. I do eat meat, but it's just, I've completely taken out the amount that I consume has been drastically changed because I try to eat really clean and really healthy. For me, I went vegan for like I think one or 2 months, and it was hard. It's doable, but I don't want to be vegan. It's just that simple. It's not something that I will enjoy doing, and I do enjoy eating a nice steak every once in a while, and I don't think that you should be angry or upset at people who do eat steak every once in a while, because again, it's none of your business what people do with their own body. If they want to consume meat, that's their business. Just in the same way, if you don't want to consume meat, that's your business. I'm not going to go out of my way to like attack you or anything. Now, maybe me 8 years ago, yes, I definitely would have, because my methodology towards activism and like veganism was very, very different then. And if you go back on my channel, you'll actually find that I made a lot of anti-vegan videos, but now, years later, I've definitely come around, and I see there are definitely benefits to being vegan and changing your diet and eating differently, and I promote a vegan lifestyle if that's what you want to do. I have no problem with that, and I respect that. It's just not for me, and if you can't respect the fact that I say it's just not for me, and you continuously insist and attack people and other YouTubers just because you can, because you are one weirdo woman who doesn't know how to teach properly, because your name's Vegan Teacher, you're not really doing an effective means of teaching when you're pushing people away for a good cause. That's just my personal opinion, but hey, I digress. You make videos like this one.
Religion? That's a good question. I think you should change your religion like you change your underwear. Change your religion. Show God that you really care. Change your religion. Try something new. Use your critical thinking skills to question all you eat, drink, buy, think, say, and do. Yeah. You should change your religion if it tells you to be cruel. And change your religion if it has a strange or crazy rule. Change your religion. Why not be an atheist every Sunday? What's important, no matter what, is that you don't hurt animals. In any way. Yeah. That's what I think. Carrot?
People ask, are you friends with people who aren't vegan? Well, it's not that simple.
Actually, it is that simple. I'm not gonna base my friendship with somebody based upon what you eat, dude.
If, let's say, people don't know what happens to the animals, it hasn't really clicked in their heads yet what's going on, and they're kind of innocent. They just really don't believe what's going on in these factory farms, or they honestly think it happens in other countries and not where they are. Then
you kind of have to forgive them because they just don't know better. But let's say you've explained to somebody in your life several times about what's going on, and you've asked them to watch the documentaries and they just point blank refuse, or just are committing themselves to willful ignorance. Can you be friends with them? Well, how would you feel if you knew that one of your best friends or a family member was paying people to hurt cats? Was your neighbor was eating cats, or your cousin was eating cats, or somebody else that's really close to you in your life, a really good friend, was eating dogs, and you explain to them that this causes a lot of suffering and pain, and that it also hurts you just to know that it goes on because you're an animal rights activist. It's pretty hard to keep respecting people like that because they have a choice and they're choosing to be cruel on purpose. So my answer is no. I can't be friends with people like that.
Wow. Okay then, you know? You can't be friends with non-vegans. That's really actually sad. You're so strung up on an ideology or on activism that you cannot be friends with somebody who thinks differently than you, or even lives a lifestyle that maybe doesn't reflect exactly what you believe in. And maybe this is just a silly example, but I have friends who are really into poly relationships. I'm not about that life. I'm into monogamy, right? And I know this is different because we're not talking about animals here, but just hear me out. Poly relationships, open relationships, and then you have monogamy. I'm monogamous, and a lot of people that I know are into open poly relationships. Can I not be friends with somebody because they live a different lifestyle, or they're okay with that, or like, this blows my mind at this level of militantism. And I'm gonna be, for the record, militantism, regardless of what it is, whether it's activism, religion, personal beliefs, politics, militantism is always bad, in my opinion, when it comes to like ideologies like this. It pushes people away for a cause, and I believe that you should be helping people to want to become vegan by not pressuring them and telling them how to live their lives. How you educate people is one of the most vital aspects of education about everything.
I can't trust them to have integrity or to be kind, and it's unfortunate. I will be polite to them. I will, have basic interactions with them, but will I ever fully trust them? No. So why aren't you vegan yet?
Because I don't want to be. And that's a valid response. I don't want to be that way. Just as you don't want to be somebody who eats meat. If I can respect you, then you should be able to respect me.
Honestly. What stops you? Is laziness an okay excuse? If you were the victim and someone said, well, I just can't be bothered to Google the recipes, or it's just too hard for me to just reach for the soy milk instead of the cow milk, it's just too hard. Would you respect that person? If somebody was pinning down dogs and cats and taking milk from them, or if you knew somebody was taking, say, the eggs of geese or swans, just going around outdoors and gathering them and just taking them because they wanted eggs, because they can't live without eggs.
I have another question if I have any vegans watching me here. How does one truly live a life of not having any animal products in their day-to-day life? And when I'm talking about extreme causes here, I'm talking, you have a laptop, you have a phone, right? You have a TV, you have headphones, the oven that you have, the refrigerator that you have, the glass in your frames, the vegan teacher. I don't know if you know this, how glass is made, and certain types of glasses use animal products. Like, if you go to the core of almost everything that we have, a lot of my materialistic items, there are animal products used in almost everything. And the way that I see it is that truly living a life of not using or consuming a singular animal product that is used in anything in your day-to-day life is practically impossible. Let's take it one step further with the example of batteries. Almost everything that we use has batteries, right? Now, different types of batteries uses different metal properties in that. Not all batteries are the same, and I don't know the specifics of what batteries use what type of compounds. I think it's gelatin is a type of metal processing that is used in a lot of batteries, right? Cadmium is another thing that is used in batteries. Gelatin and animal fats. Animal fats is a really big one, and as far as I'm aware, it's almost, I don't even know if we have actual alternatives to animal fats in certain products that we use on a day-to-day basis. Like, if there is, feel free to correct me, but I don't know of any. And you can definitely apply this same line of thinking to a lot of different other products that I don't know what is or isn't containing certain, animal substances or materials. I don't know. I'm not an expert in this field, but it's just something that I want people to think about and consider, because that is a huge factor to me. Is like, it's almost impossible not to consume something that uses animal products. Therefore, I'm not going to go out of my way to live a life of like trying to step around every little thing and not use certain things because an animal product was used for it. I just find that to be really extreme. But if I have an option to choose something that's non-animal product related, I absolutely will, and I have. I'm all about reducing plastic waste and making the environment a better place. But we're not at the point yet where I think that we can fully, as a nation in the world, do that fully. And I don't know if we ever will be. I don't know.